literally just hit go live and you start whining. Baron. Shame you, cat. You can't see him in the stream yet, but I'm assuming he'll come over here and hang out in this area soon. He usually does. He's staring at me like I'm crazy. Well, hey everybody, good morning, and welcome to my first ever Calamity's cooking stream. I sorely miss cooking for people. Quarantine has been pretty rough. One of my favorite things to contribute to my friends and family is things that I cook or drinks that I make. And just like with Critical Cocktails, I'm hoping that Calamity's cooking will be a way to an outlet for me to kind of get through quarantine and cook. Not that you guys are going to be able to eat what I cook, but you're going to at least be able to see what I do and maybe try some of it for yourself at home. The goal here is to kind of give everybody the unfound confidence that I have when it comes to cooking, because it's a lot easier than a lot of people think. Everyone thinks it's super hard and time consuming, but it can be really easy. And I'm going to show you one really easy thing. A slow cooker. If you don't have a slow cooker or a crock pot of some kind, like, holy crap, this thing makes cooking so freaking easy. You can do all kinds of stuff in here, and I'm going to show you one of those today with this pork roast. And I figured I would just start off with doing some chopping, and you're gonna like freak out at my knife skills because I'm not good at all with a knife. And well, I'm okay. I'm not going to cut my finger off, but I'm not going to be quick about it, that's for sure. And this was a questionable onion. It looks to be okay. Yeah, there's a little bit of browning near the top there. Not enough for me to want to throw away the onion. I'll just cut that part off. Onions aren't really necessary for this recipe, but they help. Onions are amazing. And whatever that stuff is, I'm getting it all over my cutting boards. That's not fun. I swear to God, if my stream gets derailed in the first 10 minutes because of a nasty onion. Okay, it's coming off. It's coming off. Cool. Look at that. Perfect. All the nasty bits cut off. That onion's great for now. And chopping onions for me has always been interesting because I don't like it. I don't like to cry. Who likes to cry? I mean, some people like to cry. Just that release of emotions. I don't like the way onions make me cry because it's hard to see, and I don't want to cut my fingers off. I might have to blow my nose here in a second, which would be a shame to do that on stream because it's really loud. Oh, this half got a bit nasty. Look at that. Oof. That's gross. We're gonna peel that whole layer off. That's the good thing about onions. Like Shrek said, onions have layers like ogres. So peeling that off, we got a nice clean rest of the onion there. I'm gonna throw this away. And wipe this off a little bit. It looks like dirt or ash. But like I said, several hours in the slow cooker, it ain't gonna matter as long as I get most of the nasty bits off. Cleaning off my knife too. And one thing you definitely want to invest in if you're going to be cooking regularly, even if it's just for yourself, is a good knife. This one I happened to get on sale, but it's still a good knife. It was like double the price of my whole knife set behind me in my kitchen, and I've had it for a few years now, and it's pretty damn good. I had to like hide it from my old roommates just so they wouldn't try to use it, because they had a tendency to fuck up some things in the kitchen. And yeah, this thing has treated me really well. Could use a little bit of a sharpening at some point soon, but slices through everything pretty handily. So there we go. We're gonna keep our onions really big because, you know, that many hours in a slow cooker, they're gonna shrink down, like they're gonna shrivel up. And we're gonna cut up this red pepper because I like red peppers. And that's mostly what cooking is. It's just kind of going with what you like, especially when you're cooking for yourself. Like something like this, and like people, you know, I definitely come across the issue cooking for yourself. You know, you're making so much food because every recipe is big and requires a lot of meat and ingredients and everything. But you know, there are all kinds of videos and things out there about meal prep for a reason. So you can always save the extra and excess. All right, I'm gonna throw this bit away, this cord. Gotta beat the seeds out. Just beat the devil out of it, as Bob Ross would say. And I'm gonna cut her in half. Just, boop. And like the onion, we're gonna keep the pieces of this really big because they will shrink down and shrivel up with that much cooking. Cut the bottom off. Cut that into a couple big pieces. These little rounded bits at the bottom can be a bit smaller. They're pretty dense. So we're gonna go with big old squares. And I'm going to be stopping periodically to drink coffee throughout the stream because I am a tired boy. Spent a lot of time last evening playing some 7 Days to Die, which is going to be streamed very soon on Average Calamities and Funky Games. 7 Days to Die is a fantastic game, and even though it's still technically an alpha, it's like been out for years. So yeah, there's a lot of really cool stuff in it, and me and a few of my friends have played it enough that we can within the first 7 days of the game, we can build up a whole base. Make almost everything we need to craft anything in the game. And, well, last night literally on day 9, we had a full set of mini bikes, so that was fun. Being able to run around on mini bikes as like a gang in a zombie apocalypse is hilarious to me. And, they added mechanics so where you can hit zombies and do damage to them. So the three of us, the first zombie we found when we went out on our trek, we circled him and just like kept running him over and over again. We probably ran over him like 16 times before he died. That was really funny. Because it wasn't a regular zombie. It was like a special zombie that has more health, and it's called a spider, and they crawl around on the ground and jump at you, and like spiders do. But it was ridiculously funny, and I can't wait to play it again and stream it for everybody. We're going to be streaming that with Funky Games very, very soon, because Steven likes to play it too. Okay, so we're done with the knife and the cutting board for now. I'm just going to leave the cutting board here as a base. But I'm going to wash off this knife because One of the things about having a good knife is you want to take care of it. Cleaning the knife. Okay. That's good enough for now. I will give it another clean in a bit. This isn't going to take too long. So obviously I'm not going to stream. I'm not going to stream for the 6 hours it takes to cook this roast. So what I'm doing right now is just prepping it. I'm going to put everything in here, which it's technically not plugged in because the cord isn't very long for a slow cooker. That's literally as far as it goes. But we're going to get everything prepared in here, and then we're going to move it over to the counter, cook it, and then get back on stream to pull it out. We're gonna stream just the entry and the pull out. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna make any porn jokes. Okay, I'm needing a little more coffee. Troy and Abed in the morning. Okay. So we got our roast. Our roast. It's a tiny roast, but you know I'm one person, so it's appropriate for me. And I need to drain it, so I'm gonna do that real quick. You get to look at my legs while I drain this. Drain, 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 drain. Drain all the blood. Okay. And I realized I lied. I do need a knife. It could be, you know, you could cook it in the twine. I don't like to, just because the twine, you know, it keeps it all, it kind of keeps it all together. But the end goal here is pulled pork. So we're gonna take this bad boy off. We're gonna strip this butt. We're gonna strip this butt. I don't like doing it in the twine because it will, like, you know, you can season it all you want, but then you pull that twine off and it's pulling off a whole bunch of the seasoning. And, you know, like I said, my goal here is pulled pork, and I don't really need to hold it together for pulled pork. So it's kind of unnecessary. And I'm going to try not to cut myself. This twine is just like falling apart. And after this I'm going to have to wash my hands again. It's another important part of cooking. Wash your hands often. Frequently as possible. The more you wash your hands, the more you'll need some hand lotion, but it's worth not contaminating yourself. Okay. So we're going to do all the seasoning and stuff in the crock pot right now because I don't have a little prep dish. Get that bad boy in there. Throw this away and wash your hands. Oh boy. And we're gonna start off by getting this guy a little oily. So everything's gonna stick to it. And normally I would use some olive oil for this, but I realized this morning that I'm out of olive oil. So I got some typical vegetable oil. And vegetable oil works for literally anything, so as far as cooking goes. Baking, you know, it's very specific to what kind of oil it's up. So you're going to want to do like just enough to cover the meat, really, because you're going to kind of slather it around a little bit. But I'm gonna get the seasonings on there first. Start with the healthy amount of kosher salt. I'm gonna pour it into the hand here, just so that we don't go too heavy with it. Okay, that's enough. That's enough salt right there. Okay, and it's okay that it's kind of stuck there on the top. We're gonna rub it. Crack some pepper on there. Here's where it's gonna get a little. Oh boy, that's a big butt. No, it's not a big butt. Honestly, this is a pretty small one. It's only 2.5 pounds. But hey, how's it going, guys? Thanks for joining me here. Hi. I mean, I can call you by your real name, but I want to call you Mando. Like, I'm just gonna call you Mando. And I mean, yeah. There we go. Got plenty of pepper on there. We can always throw more in. We're gonna also do some ground mustard, just because I freaking love ground mustard, and I think it goes with a lot of meat dishes. And we're gonna get a little reckless with that. Gonna get it all up on there. And like I said, we're gonna rub this bad boy soon here. Plenty of garlic powder. Definitely want that in there. Paprika. Got to have the paprika for color and smokiness. And some basil. Just because we want some green in there. We want something. Basil works with a lot of different flavors, so that's one of the ones I go to. It's either basil or oregano usually, just to have something. And I forgot my cayenne. We're doing spicy. We gotta have cayenne pepper. Just get that all over. Yeah, get that all over. All right, we're gonna make a mess here. I want to do kind of a little bit more oil, just to break it up a little bit, and because the oil's gonna kind of leak off of the run off of the roast here and get all over in the pan and get all over the onions and the pepper and everything. It's gonna be wonderful. And make sure all the flavors are playing well together. No one's left out. Get this on. Oh yeah. Oh, it's one of the rolled roasts, so I can get everything up inside of it too. Yeah. Look at that. Be sure to rub your meat well. Rub the meat well. I'm a rosemary man myself. I mean, rosemary's fantastic. I love rosemary on chicken. Like, lemon and rosemary is a fucking wonderful flavor combo. Which I'm not doing any juice on this, lemon juice or lime juice. I usually do when I make a roast, but I'm going to tell you why in a hot minute here. And what I want to do here, now that I've kind of pulled it apart, I'm going to put all the things in here. I need to get them under it because it's best to have the meat juices kind of run down over everything. So I'm going to just get this bowl super dirty and pour all that in there. Rosemary garlic, yep. Rosemary garlic, lemon. Fantastic combo. I'm right there with you, man. Alright, get a nice bed of onions and peppers there. We're going to lay this sucker on top, kind of spread it out a little bit. And then we're gonna deal with the hands again. The hands are just a nightmare at the moment. So give me just a second here to wash up. Ooh, that's hot water. Hot water. I'm realizing that I should probably stream in the morning more because I'm much more I'm much more talkative and energetic right now. When I stream in the evenings after, you know, an 8-hour day at work, I'm just kind of fried. And like that's why I don't stream a whole lot of video game stuff anymore, just because it's really ridiculous. Like when I play video games, I kind of like to just become a zombie and just kind of zone out and play the game. And that doesn't make for good streaming content. You got to talk, and it's hard for me to talk when I've been racking my brain for 8 hours straight. We're gonna do a quick relief blow here. Hold on. Ugh. I swear I don't have the Rona, it's just allergies. They're always bad in the morning. Carne asada? Oh, shit, yeah. I would like to. I've never actually done it. These are going to go in some street tacos, this pulled pork that I make from here. I already have some tortillas and plenty of cheese. I don't have shredded lettuce, though. That's the one thing. I'm going to have to go to the store while this is cooking. But we're going to get that out of the way, and we're going to bring it back to why I haven't used any juice in here. We're going to use jalapeno juice rather than lemon or lime juice. We're going to use the juice from a jalapeno jar. And I have two here. This one is just a general spicy jalapeno. I know they threw a little bit of extra spice in there just to get it a bit more spicy. It has carrots in it for some reason. I'm not sure why. This guy here though is candied jalapenos from an Amish store. My mom gets these literally every time she goes on vacation and always gives me some, and I use these in freaking everything. Candied jalapenos are amazing. They make some of the craziest cornbread you've ever had. Just dicing these up and mixing these in with some cornbread muffins is so good, and I will absolutely do that on stream at some point. But we're going to do, I've had these for a hot minute, and you know, they're not going to expire anytime soon, but I'm just going to throw them all in there. Just literally the whole thing. So we're going to get nice and juicy. Oh yeah, jalapeno-y. Yeah, get that all up in there. And I'm gonna get a fork to move this around because I don't want to mess up my hands again and have to wash them for the 30th time. Just gonna arrange the jalapenos on top, so as this cooks, all their juice is gonna go through the meat. Just get all over. And then we're going to throw a little bit of the candied jalapeno stuff. Yeah, the Amish make some crazy stuff for, you know, technologically limiting themselves. They put in work, son. Now, regular jalapeno juice or pickle juice or whatever, you know, is usually pretty runny. It's vinegary. This is like a syrup almost. Like it's thick. So it's like, yeah, it's like jalapeno syrup, and it's so freaking good. So we're gonna add some of that and grab a couple of those jalapenos out of there. We reduced the level of liquid in here, so we got to pull some of these jalapenos out. And they get I don't know if you can tell on camera, but they get a much darker color than the other jalapenos. Um, I'm not sure why that is, but it's interesting to note. And I want to try making some of my own candied jalapenos sometime too, because I've seen Babish do it, and I really want to try. You see something on the internet, you want to try it. Okay. Save some of those for later, because this is my last jar, and I don't know when I'm gonna get some more. This is another thing that you get more of when I stream in the morning. I'm gonna be doing some stupid voices because I do this all the time. So, we got a decent amount of liquid down at the bottom. I'm kind of happy with how that's looking. The onions and the peppers will provide a lot more liquid as it cooks, so I'm happy with what's going on right now. I think I'm going to hit it with just a little more black pepper, just to kind of get that all over everything, and maybe a tiny bit more garlic, because I know none of the garlic got on the peppers or the onions. And I like black pepper and garlic. It's so good. It's so good. So like I said before, I don't really do exact measurements for most of my cooking, which is why you see me pouring stuff straight into the pot here. I typically cook by smell. So, holy shit, that's really good. Done. Yeah, that's the biggest piece of advice I can give anyone that's worried about maintaining their spices and getting a good ratio of certain things. Just use your nose. If it smells good, it's gonna taste good. It's gonna taste really good if it smells good. So, went up to. Okay, I'm a little behind on the comments here. Went up to Iowa for a buddy's bachelor party, rented out a hunting cabin outside some town. The only real store was in the Amish run one. Ooh, crazy good jams. Like music or jam? Yeah, you want to taste it too, obviously. Tasting is much easier to do when you're not making raw meat. And tasting dry spice mixes is kind of rough, to say the least. So if you're looking for the least amount of effort to seeing whether or not something is going to be good, just smell it. Just smell it. Like sometimes herbs can get a little confusing. Basil, oregano. Sage, rosemary, thyme, all the green herbs, they get a little confusing, and it's hard to figure out, which ones go in which kinds of dishes. But if you're paying attention through, the majority of your senses, you can just pick one of these up, sniff it, and just like, that might go well, and try it. The whole point of this is experimenting. It's called Calamity cooking because odds are I'm going to fuck something up at some point. Just like the cocktails. Like Thursday night, holy crap. I made mind erasers for Calamity, or for critical cocktails, and the first one I made was bad. It was really bad. The first, version I made. And so I had to change it up, make a change on the fly. And that's the whole point of learning something, is you want to fail so that you learn what not to do. And then you want to learn from your mistakes, and you want to learn from other people. And I know with Corona and salt, pepper, SPG, salt, pepper, garlic goes on literally anything. Any kind of meat, any kind of vegetable, anything that's not supposed to be sweet, anything that's supposed to be savory, salt, pepper, garlic. That's your go-to. That's literally all I put on steaks when I make steaks. But if you want to expand your cooking knowledge, and using, mixing spices and herbs, and making a seasoning blend is one of the best ways to develop your palate and your flavor senses. So that's what you want to do. That's where you want to experiment with some things. Like this is based on a Mississippi mud roast recipe. It's not quite there. That roast has like an entire can of pepperoncinis in it, and plenty of other stuff and some different spices. But this is essentially that, like conceptually. You got a big hunk of meat, and you're cooking it down with some vinegary, spicy stuff, so that it's gonna just fall apart, and it's gonna make some really tender and juicy and flavorful pulled pork. Gonna keep drinking my coffee, keep drinking my crazy juice. If I had finished this whole cup of coffee, I would be just batshit insane right now. I don't drink coffee much, so when I do, like on purpose, so that when I do, it's like cocaine almost. Before quarantine, when everyone was working in my office, we'd have coffee in the morning, and then we'd do like script readings in the afternoon or late morning after I'd finished my coffee, and I would be so energetic and goofy that no one else in the office could get any work done because they were all too busy laughing at my ridiculous voices. I do a lot of stupid voices. I mean, everyone knows Pumat. I've been doing that voice for quite a while, and reading scripts about online banking videos in this voice is ridiculously funny for someone for any reason whatsoever. And I can do plenty of different accents, and I will probably end up making a character to host this show, because you're not going to see my face. I'm not trying to do the binging with Babish thing. That's not what I'm trying to do here by just showing this and not this. Reading scripts is Gollum. Oh, how about reading scripts is fucking Stitch? Or the gingerbread man from Shrek. That one always gets our previous illustrator, Catherine. The gingerbread man would get her every time. Like, I would be in another room, like down the hall, doing that voice, and I just, as soon as I stop, I could hear her laughing. But yeah, I think I'll probably end up making a character to host this show, because while you can't see my face, I do want to be a little more entertaining, because there's not that face-to-face connection anymore. I would show my face, I absolutely would, but my laptop will die. I can't run 2 cameras on my laptop. Just can't do it. It's trying really hard. It can run OBS, but it's not. It's 2 cameras killed it the last time I tried. And I don't want to kill my laptop. I like my laptop. My laptop's a good boy. If it's a boy, I don't know. I don't want to judge. It's a piece of machinery. But that's gonna do it. I gotta move this over to the counter to get it actually cooking. And the longer I wait to do that, the longer it's gonna be before I can get back on stream and pull it out for everybody. So we're gonna call it here. Thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you soon. If I fuck it up, or if I can't get back on stream, I'll at the very least send some share some pictures of it. Sometime later today, we're gonna see how this turns out. So, thanks for coming to Calamity's Cooking, guys, and I will see you next time.
Peace.